I lose, though, every day. Now I transition it quickly to a learning lesson. But to think it's easy, to think you don't fall down, it happens daily. I just get back up every time. I quit every day, no longer than 3 to 4 seconds. I never quit longer than 5 seconds. I have to course correct immediately. You gotta control your mind long enough to stay in the game.
I'd rather be sidelined trying to achieve greatness than watch greatness achieved and it only set on the sideline. Now introducing your host, Jacob Emery.
This episode of the Iron and Infrastructure Podcast is brought to you by Unlocking Greatness with Jacob Emery, a coaching community built for those ready to become the strongest version of themselves. Weekly calls, proven playbooks, and a community built to grow. Greatness is not given, it's unlocked. Join us today at jacobemery.com or DM coach at jacobemery44 on all social media platforms. There's a decision that I should have made a long time ago, and I didn't. And thus, history has repeated itself once again. It's amazing how we go through life and we make the same mistakes or the same theme of mistake within a decision that we made too late. We make a decision late. We probably know the answer for a long time, and then we put it off a little bit. We try to work through the good, not understanding that it just is what it is. A lot of time, whenever I was coming up through the field, I didn't want to give up my spot. I didn't want to give up being an operator. Being an operator to a foreman, that transition was probably the hardest because operating equipment was what I absolutely loved to do. And I only really did it for a couple of years before I transitioned into that foreman spot. So I still did it some as a foreman, but it didn't last very long. And I went to like a project manager role. And man, I missed running equipment. Watching other people do that was painful for me. It was excruciating. So I held on to it. I held on to it too long. I should have let go of it, but I didn't because I was emotional to it. I loved it. I was good at it. Didn't want to go to the next spot because then I'm back at the starting line. I'm back at the very beginning, learning this new role, something completely different. And I wasn't very good at it when I first started. So going from an operator to a foreman, that was tough. But the hardest and biggest transition was leaving the daily operations where my entire career, I had been involved in daily operations, whether it was the shovel at $9 an hour or as an operations manager or even my first couple of years as an owner. But if you have a future vision for a company and you have a place that you need to get a company to go, you got to design it, you got to build it, and you got to have a way to get there. If you don't have GPS coordinates, a destination, and a roadmap, what do you got? You're just going wondrously nowhere, mindlessly driving down the road without a end in sight because you don't know where you're going. Any road will get you there if you don't know where you're going. So I struggled. I struggled to get out of that operational mindset where I had to be involved in it. I like the nitty gritty stuff, like digesting a job site, talking detail, tie-ins, services, whatever it was. I enjoyed the detail because that's what I love to do. But then you realize the cost of that decision starts to rub you thin. It starts to wear you out and it starts to wear everyone else out. Because ultimately you overanalyze, you over input, you don't let other people grow. That was the big miss. It's not that other people weren't good at what they were doing. I was holding them back. So I was having a high expectation while also holding them back and not allowing them to exceed. What was wrong with it? Well, it was back to the starting line. Doing something not done yet. Building something can't see, can't feel, isn't there. Whenever you jump out into the unknown, you have to go desire something bad enough to build it, and you can't see it. You don't know what it looks like, and you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. That is the hardest part. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Some days it's still the same, but that's what it's all about. That's where the growth comes in. You don't know, so you just go for it, and you just figure it out. I lose, though, every day. I have a loss somewhere every day. Now I transition it quickly to a learning lesson. But to think it's easy, to think you don't fall down, it happens daily. I just get back up every time. I quit every day, no longer than 3 to 4 seconds. I never quit longer than 5 seconds. I have to course correct immediately. I quit, man, it's tough. Back. 3 seconds, 4 seconds, never 5. You got to control your mind long enough to stay in the game. The other part of this too is if you're not getting results from someone that you delegated ownership or a seat to, it's because you're not a very good teacher. Results come from delegating appropriately because they know what they're doing. They have a clear outcome, a process to get there, and it's very defined. If you're expecting someone to excel and they're not, I would look in the mirror first. Normally, it's a leadership issue, not a personnel issue that is doing the work. Process first, people second. What is the process to get the outcome? If it's all online, then it might be the person. Always check process first. So if you're thinking that this might resonate with you, if you might have a little bit of this going on, I would strongly suggest this. What were you doing 2 years ago? Do a audit on all the tasks that you're doing daily, on the responsibilities that you have. What's your daily output look like? What's your daily outcome look like? What are you focused on? If you're doing the same stuff you were 2 years ago and you haven't done anything different, you're probably not doing the right things. If you're trying to advance into the next spot and you're wondering why you're not, what are you doing different than you were 2 years ago? 2 years is about the right time. By the third year, you should be already recycled everything. Every year, you should be doing 50% new task, new focus, new goal setting, new vision, new strategy, structure. The focus shouldn't be the same every year because if it is, the outcome and the result will be the same. Want a different outcome? Have a different output. Want a different finish line? Have a different focus. Without a different finish line, it's hard to have a different focus. Without a different focus, it's hard to have a different finish line. So audit your behaviors today and see what they're doing and start course correcting tomorrow. Try it out, see what you think. But if you're doing the same thing today that you were 2 years ago, it's probably on you. And that's a look in the mirror for you.
Stop telling yourself one day. It isn't about one day, it's about day one. Today should be your day one. What you need isn't another day. What you need is clarity with the community to give you confidence to unlock your greatness. That's what the group coaching program is all about. Confidence, clarity, via commitment. Hit the show link in the notes. Let's start unlocking your greatness now, today.